You found a house on Zillow, $420,000. And right there, under the price, it says estimated payment is $2,200 a month. So you do the math. You think you can afford it. You start getting excited. And then you call a lender and find out your actual payment is $800 more than that. This happens constantly, and I don't want it to happen to you. My name is Michael Martin. I'm a mortgage loan officer here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I've closed thousands of loans in this market, and the Zillow payment estimate is one of the most misunderstood numbers in real estate. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what Zillow leaves out, what your real payment actually looks like on a home here in Raleigh, and what you should do before you fall in love with a house. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what goes into a real mortgage payment in Raleigh, so nothing surprises you at the closing table. The problem: Zillow only shows part of the payment. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Zillow's estimate is almost always just principal and interest. That's the part of your payment that goes back towards paying the loan. But your real mortgage payment has 4 parts, sometimes even 5. People call it PITI: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And if you put less than 20% down, you add a 5th, PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Zillow sometimes adds an estimate for taxes and insurance, but it's often based on national averages or outdated numbers. It's not based on your specific home, your specific loan, or what actually costs to own property here in Wake County. That's where the gap starts. The real numbers: taxes in Raleigh. So let's talk property taxes, because this is where buyers get blindsided the most. In Raleigh, you're paying both Wake County tax rate and a City of Raleigh rate combined. That's roughly 0.87 cents per $100 of assessed value right now. Here's what that means on a real number. On a $420,000 home in Raleigh, your annual property tax bill is somewhere around $3,600 a year. That's $300 a month added to your payment just in taxes. And that goes into your escrow. Your lender collects it as part of your monthly payment and pays the bill when it's due. If Zillow is estimating $150 a month in taxes and your real number is $300, that's $150 in gap right there, before we've even talked about anything else. Now add homeowners insurance, typically $150 to $200 a month for a home in this price range. And if you're putting less than 20% down, add PMI on top of that. Depending on your loan and credit profile, that can be anywhere from $80 to $200 a month. Real quick, if this is helpful at all, please hit subscribe. I put out content every week on what it actually looks like to buy a home here in Raleigh, North Carolina. No fluff, just real numbers. What your real payment looks like. Let me give you a real example so this isn't abstract. $420,000 purchase price, 10% down, so you're financing $378,000. Current interest rate, let's call it in mid to upper 6s, which is where we've been living lately. Your principal and interest payment alone is roughly $2,400 a month. Add $300 for property taxes, add $160 for homeowners insurance, and $120 for PMI since you're putting less than 20% down. Your real payment around $2,980 a month. Zillow might have shown you $2,200. That's close to an $800 difference, and that difference is the thing that changes whether you can afford that house or not. Now, I want to be clear. This varies. Your tax rate depends on exactly where in Wake County you are. Cary has a different rate than Raleigh proper. Apex is different. And your insurance and PMI are specific to you. That's exactly why you can't make a real decision based on Zillow's estimate. You need an actual pre-approval with an actual payment breakdown. So let's go back to where we started. You saw that $2,200 payment on Zillow and you got excited. Now you know why that number is almost always lower than reality, because it's missing taxes, insurance, and potentially PMI. The real payment on that same home in Raleigh is likely closer to $2,800 to potentially $3,100 depending on your down payment, and loan type. That's not to scare you. Owning in Raleigh still makes a ton of sense, but you need to go in with the right number, not a ballpark from a listing site that has no idea what your situation looks like. If you're thinking about buying in Raleigh, whether that's in 3 months or 12 months, the best thing you can do right now is get an actual pre-approval, not a pre-qualification, a real pre-approval with a real payment breakdown built for your situation. That's what we do here at the Martin Mortgage Group. Hit subscribe so you keep getting content like this, and follow me here for real talk on buying a home in this market. I'll see you on the next one.